So the message Microsoft sent out was pretty simple, just saying that certain versions of Outlook will not connect to a Microsoft Exchange server that's on Microsoft 365. So I had to read that through a bit because I have plenty of clients who have all different types of versions of Outlook. And when I remote in and support them, it still works. And sometimes I have to, I think I got to mute some folks here. There we go. So sometimes I have to tell people you have to upgrade because it doesn't work anymore. And that I see all the time with older versions of Outlook like 2007 and 10, which are still out there. But for the most part, I'm going to take this one seriously because Microsoft, when they shut it off because it won't connect, it's going to be off. So it's better to prepare. And if it doesn't happen until May of 2020, that's great. You can upgrade now or you can upgrade later. And either way, I can guarantee that Microsoft is always going to want you to upgrade to fit their funnel line of marketing. So you're eventually going to be in a subscription mode at some point. But for now, they still offer the paid versions. So I'm going to do a screen share here and show you a few things that will tell you what versions do what. So let me get my screen up here. That there. And okay. There. All right. All right. Can you folks see my Outlook over here?
Yep.
Okay, great. So here is the latest version of Outlook. And I'm going to take my mouse and come over to the file button here. And in this here, you go to file and then you can come down to Office account right here. And this will tell you what version of Outlook or Office you have. And if you have a subscription, this is what they want to see. If you are, if you have a Microsoft Exchange with 365, this is what they want you to be at by November 1st. Okay. So if you see Outlook 2016 product above it without the word subscription, then you might want to upgrade. Okay. So that's a tip for you is the word subscription is key here. If it's just a product that you paid for, it'll say product there. Okay. So does everybody see this on their Outlook if they have it open? This is a pretty simple way to find out. So again, just real quick, it's file, Office account.
So mine says Microsoft Office Professional Plus 2016.
Okay. And you will probably need to upgrade then, I'm going to guess. Okay.
But I'm not going to an Exchange server. I'm pulling my email from Google Apps. So.
Sure. So let's talk about that next. Okay. So over here in the file again, and then account settings right here, come to account settings. And in here is going to show you what types of email accounts you have. So the Google apps, like for Google Workspace, that might not be affected at all. It might be affected. I don't know. It wasn't on the list, but I'm going to guess not. But this one here would be Microsoft Exchange. So you might happen to see that if you have an Outlook.com account, Live.com, MSN.com, or Hotmail.com, or a Microsoft server. Anything that says IMAP or POP is probably not affected. Okay. So IMAP would be Gmail accounts. It would be your network solutions account, anything that you are just paying a regular email host to do for you outside of Microsoft is probably not affected. Okay. So does anybody have any questions about account types or the licensing?
No. Yeah, I got a quick question here.
Okay.
If there were updates that were going out, let's say a company still had a like an in-house Exchange server, is Microsoft going to be pushing out any updates to Exchange that would affect this?
So the on-prem servers, I have no idea. It didn't say. It just said Microsoft 365.
Okay. Okay. Good. So this is that's a good thing. All right. That answers that. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to guess that they really just want everybody, that's why they're doing that. So if you don't have it, you have to upgrade.
Right.
I know there's plenty of on-premise servers that those people are not good, they still connect to all the versions.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
kind of what
I
I, that's kind of what I figured. I just didn't know if you heard anything, if they were pushing out updates, because that would be kind of a that'd be a little aggressive on their part if that's what they were going to do, is to kind of push it out that now everyone after November 1st, no matter what, if they want to use Exchange, they would have to connect with Office 365. Okay, that's all I got.
That'd be a little aggressive. I think that'd be a lot aggressive because that'd be like forcing half the world to move to their servers. Yeah, I don't think so. But again, I don't know. Some days I come to work and there's like 5 emails for something that broke that I would have no idea what, you know how it goes. Okay, so here's the 2 things I just want people to see for sure is the accounts, and make sure that, these are fine. And then Exchange might be affected, and the license, again, file Office account right there. So I'm expecting on November 1st to be getting some calls from folks, and, it's up to them to check. But over here real quick in my browser, I put 2019 Outlook just to see what Google showed. Okay. Any of this stuff is stuff I would not buy. I don't care if it's a good deal, if they're a good product to me. If you're going to pay for this, you might as well get it right from Microsoft. But again, as a tip, Microsoft does not give you any free support with a paid product. So,
All right, Rick. Oh, appreciate it. Thank you.
yeah. No, if you buy it, you have to pay them. And from what I've heard from clients, it's like $500 for a ticket. So at that point, you're halfway to, everybody says a new computer, you might as well, whatever. So I always recommend that people, if you're going to buy, you go direct to Microsoft. But then at that point, a subscription, $6, $7, you might as well just go with that. So I always tell people to avoid this stuff. Down here is like one of their sales. This is just to buy Outlook, which takes you up over here. And this is, they change this all the time too, by the way. These sales pages literally change every day. This is just for Outlook, and it's $159. I just saw yesterday Outlook 22 with Office in some page I got to that had it for $189, I think, for 22, which I didn't even know was released yet. So this is one option. Then up here is the 2021. And right here, this is right at the Microsoft site, the products here for business. This one seems, $250 to buy it. So this would be for on-premise servers, I think, if you were just going to do standalone. And then, of course, here's their subscriptions, which are more affordable, Then I think I had another page up here for home and business. You can see that now I have a lot of clients who work from home. They have Microsoft 365 Home that they share with their family, and they use it for business. And to me, that's okay, because you are actually a work from home person. So you qualify for both. So if you have the home version with the 365 Exchange server, I think you're going to be okay, because they didn't differentiate. Unless another tech in the session here disagrees with me there.
Well, what you can't do with the home is you can't connect it to your own domain, meaning to where, like, let's say you wanted it to be at like, callthatgirl.biz, for example. You can connect to an Outlook account, but you can't create and manage your own domain with a home account that you can with a business. That's what I've noticed with my clients. That's the main difference.
Okay. Who's speaking?
Tony Knowlton.
Hey, Tony.
Hey.
Yeah. You know what? I actually have seen everything kind of happen and fail. So a lot of my home clients have Home 65, and I set up their business Exchange accounts just fine. So this is all, again, just warnings.
Okay.
It might not work. It might, I'm not sure, but, again, I just tell everybody just to be prepared.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So here, the business side of it, and it takes away, so just a heads up also that this is email only right here. This is the one that comes with the desktop apps. This pricing is going up, I think, in 2022 to $20. So get this now while you can. But most of my folks, a lot of them are the home users. So this is still a good deal, the 99 for a year for 6 accounts. Let's see, look at my notes here, see if I'm missing anything. So let's see. Does anybody have any questions so far?
Well, I was going to ask a question about what probably not prudent for this meeting about what error should we expect to see if on November 2nd somebody opens up their Outlook, you know what I mean?
Well, I think the error is going to be there a few ones. There's going to be a bar at the top, like you're seeing now when you have an update and such. The bar will say, due to your, license, you cannot connect to your server. That's what you might see. You might also see something in regards to working offline or not connected, or a pop-up for a password and log in to activate a new license. There's a lot of options. I've seen it all. You should get some kind of alert. So if anybody wants me to help double check, just feel free to shoot me an email and I'll go look and, try to figure it out. But from what I showed you today, those are the telling people to look for.
So if I have Pro Plus 2019 retail and I install it, I should be fine?
Well, that wasn't on the list. So I'm going to guess it should be.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're worried about 2013 and 16 and then the old Pro Pluses, which, okay, so the old Office 365, which got replaced with Microsoft 365, that I don't see that very often anymore. And most of the time, if you upgrade your Office and upgrade your Windows, it updates automatically.
Thanks again. Thank you.
Yeah. So a couple of things that when I remote into people's computers and their Outlook is buggy and something's wrong, I always check the updates for Windows and I force them and make them do all the reboots and do them all. Lately, there hasn't been any bad update problems. So we're on a roll here. Office updates don't automatically update either because most of my clients are not on managed systems. Most people are self-managed customers. So you should always check your updates at least on Fridays. Do Windows updates, and all you have to do is go down to your search bar at the bottom and type in the word updates. And then with the Office updates, I can do a quick screen share again to show you where those are. Hold on. Let's see. I'll share it again. So the Office updates are also right here. File, Office account, updates. So once you do this, there's no stopping. So make sure you have all your stuff closed, okay? Make sure all your Office products have been saved and closed. So, yeah, but I'm up to date. So there you go. And there's other things you can check down here, but lately I haven't been needing to get into this. The versions are much more stable, like with 64-bit and things. So I don't really go into here much anymore. Most people have older systems, but yeah. So someone else asked a question here. I'm going to stop to share. The question was, I need OneDrive annually other than buying home office. Well, if you just need OneDrive for yourself, like just to use it yourself, I believe it comes with the $69 version. So yeah, the 1 year plan for one person comes with OneDrive and a few other, easy, like the online, or sorry, the desktop, but no business app. So, but OneDrive for personal would come with that. Yep, just one email. Yeah. Yeah, Jim, go ahead and email me afterwards if you have any questions. But the OneDrive comes with, so basically a little extra tip here is when you log into Windows for the first time ever, you're setting up the full account, whatever email you put in is the email that Microsoft creates you a Microsoft account with that. So many times my business owners will put in their business email, and many times people put in their business email, therefore it creates a personal Microsoft account with the business email. which can cause some problems down the road. But that's a whole nother training session to talk about that later. There's a lot in that. Dude. And that includes OneDrive as well. So if anybody's interested, I'm happy to do a session on that one later. Any other questions so far? All right. Well, I think I kind of covered what I covered in the newsletter, just explaining stuff more. And that was kind of it. There wasn't a lot, I just wanted to make sure if people wanted to ask questions, there were more than, I'm happy to answer as many as I can.
No, I'm good for now. I mean, basically, we're going to have to wait for that time to pass and see exactly what breaks.
Right. Oh, thank you, Shannon. Yeah, you know what? On November 1st, it could be nothing. And I'm like, wow, nothing happened. And on November 1st, I could wake up to 100 emails because I'm an Outlook expert. That's all I do. So I'm kind of just not sure how to prepare. So that's why I thought I'd do these little training sessions. I'm going to do one on Windows 11 also. And Outlook as a CRM and just a few other like weekly workshops, I think, try to get people to learn more.
One of the things that I run across a lot, especially with home users of Microsoft products and some Office people, is they start to use their cache file as their address book. And I had a situation where we had to reinstall everything because it was just all messed up and it was just a confusion between accounts. And once we got everything up and running, the client was like, well, where's all my contacts? And I was like, well, they're in your contacts folder. The contacts is an actual database. You are saving your contacts in your contacts database. And she said, no, nobody ever told me I needed to do that. So we had to go and get the cache file restored and get her back up and running. But I explained to her, it was like, and I see this all the time, is that people don't actually save their contacts into their contacts database and just rely heavily on their cache file. And that's dangerous.
Right. Well, that's actually a separate database completely. So I tell people I can fix that and replace it. I mean, like when they get a new profile in Outlook, they're like, all my people are missing,
Mm-hmm.
That's what they really mean, is not their address book, but their autocomplete. And tip is when you're on a Microsoft Exchange server or Outlook.com, it automatically fills it in for you now. That's kind of cool. Yep. So there's a lot of cool things about being on Exchange, that other programs don't, or other like Outlook doesn't give you those nice things when you just have an IMAP account or just, whatever, a Gmail. They've got a few what I call the cool features, which I'm also going to do a training on. That's on my list also. Thanks, Doug. Yep.
At least it's Carmen here. I know you always say to force updates on your Office on Outlook. And so, of course, I look at it and it says it's automatically downloading updates.
Well,
and so while I was on this call with you just now, I clicked the option to look for and download updates. And yeah, it's been downloading now for about 5 minutes.
yeah, Carmen. So welcome to what you said is what I hear almost every day.
Yeah.
No, all my updates are automatic. I go, well,
Yeah. No, they're not.
I don't trust those updates being automatically done ever. So
yeah,
my clients, when they call and they just have the weird little bugs. I mean, we're talking not serious reconfiguration issues. We're talking like buggy. My signature line won't show up. If the folders won't move, I go, run your Windows updates, go do your Office ones, reboot and call me back. It fixes it often. So it's not that I don't want to build clients, but I don't want to build them for an hour of me doing something that an update's going to fix, which is what they need to do. Yeah. Oh yeah. Because I basically have been down that road before where I'm like at the very end of 2 hours, an update fixed it, and I don't do that anymore. Nope. So yeah, so there's like I said, folks, there's gonna be a lot more training things I want to do. So if you want to stay on the list and sign up at any time, they're all going to be free, about a half hour just to learn. And if anybody's interested in offering me a little testimonial for my website for just this stuff, I'm happy to accept them, because I'm trying to build up my training a little bit more to work with folks in teaching Teams, Outlook, SharePoint, OneDrive, things like that. My website is callthatgirl.com. That's my training site. Callthatgirl.biz is the technical troubleshooting side. And let's see. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, keep me on the list. I'd love to attend them.
Will do. All right,
All right.
folks.
Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Anything else? Anybody others else? I'll close out the session here. Okay. Thanks, everyone. See you.